Welcome back to the Rhino Show. Today's episode is going to be the Infraction dual motor setup that I built and finished up this week. It is awesome. The internet seems to really like it. And I'm going to go through it today. So first things first, on the outside, we've got the stock Infraction body, which can be updated very easily. But I do have the aluminum sliders. I have the COWRC Hobbies carbon fiber wing, which is actually very nice. And then the other thing you can see from the side here, these are actual, these are Proline Toyo Proxies, the R88Rs. So these are the tires I ran on my Hellcat, and pretty sharp tires. Known for their traction, not known for longevity. So they're made to keep you on a path. The only other thing you can see from the outside are the titanium hubs with titanium nuts. Those are from RamJam. So we got these from YXZ, is it? Man, I can't find my little... It gives me keychains every time I buy... There he is. There it is. So YZX, just like the dirt bikes back in the day. The YZX sliders, COWRC Hobby wing, and then Proline tires and wheels, and then RamJam titanium nuts and hubs. So that's what we got on the outside. So now, let's go to the inside. Scoot the camera up a little bit and we'll just move it around as we go. Alright. So to start off, I mean, it's pretty obvious what I've done. This is a 6S Infraction that I've converted to dual 6S. So we have Spectrum, ESC, and motor that came with the vehicle, and then another ESC and motor, so we run twins. The Spectrums, I'm not sure which KV these are. I haven't looked at them. But anyway, we've got 28 millimeter thick 40x40 fans, one on each motor, and then the fans on the ESCs are stock. We have an NSDRC SS200 low profile servo, which works really well in this situation. So to do a dual motor setup on this stock vehicle, you've got to get the servo in a different position because this motor takes up the servo spot. So if you were, building a standard, your servo and ESC would be here in a stock format. But even then, I can still buy a servo holder that goes right here like I have in my other one. And just like I have in the Creightons. But I needed somewhere else to put the servo because I covered it up with the motor. So I found that our friends at Scorched, they make these braces, and they're like a bow brace. It's like a bow and arrow. You get a lot more tension and force with the bowed carbon fiber strap. And that's what that is. I have one on my other Infraction, but this one has this little spot here for the servo. That's great, but then how do you do the connection? Well, Scorched also came up with, it's going to be difficult to see, but down inside here, underneath the steering plate, there are the two bell cranks like normal. Matter of fact, the right one is pretty much, or the left one is pretty much stock, standard from Scorched. But the right one is modified so that you're actually steering from the center. So the servo goes like this and turns that bell crank, which then in turns the wheels, you know, left and right. Hopefully you can see in there a little bit and see what's moving. But that's the arm. That is all made by Scorched. And they did a hell of a job on design on that. And I'm very thankful that they did. Other modifications up front. Let's see. We've got the body pin mount. We got aluminum body pins themselves. We've got upgraded aluminum shocks. We've got upgraded GPM lower hinge pin connectors, or some might say suspension mounts. And then on top here I have a Scorched rear upper hinge pin mount. The reason I had to go with Scorched is because it's drilled for threads, and then all the threads, all the upper hinge pins are threaded nowadays. So you can screw right into there and it make a nice firm fit instead of just being a loosey-goosey type of thing. So that's been done. I have treated steel output shaft drive cups, or input shaft drive cups on the diffs. You can't really see that, but they're in there. You can see the back one better when I get to it. And then we have titanium drive shafts from RamJam. That's pretty sweet. The titanium drive shafts work well. I have them in my show Creighton, and I don't know if I have them in the Basher yet, but I think I do actually. So another thing I have, which is titanium, are the shock mounts, lower shock mounts. These pins right here are titanium. And you can see the aluminum shock better. I have number 45 stainless steel axles. I have, these are regular ball hubs, stock. I didn't change any of that. Didn't change the knuckles, left them all plastic. Left the A-arms plastic because I think that's going to be best for this one. So then, let's flip it upside down real quick before we get to the motors. Everything under here is stock, except for the carbon fiber. You see we got the carbon fiber inserts here. Very sturdy. It really holds the car together and really helps holding these dirt guards, inner fender liners, whatever you want to call them, in place. So before they just kind of flopped around, but having that carbon fiber as a backing really helped that out. So that's great. So now let's get to the meat and potatoes. So in here, you will see this shiny motor mount. This is from RamJam. It's a dual motor mount. It also houses a RamJam spool. I don't know if you can see that. You might be able to see inside there. You can see the bearings, but we've got good pinion and spur alignment. The spur gear is actually smaller than the pinions, so it's kind of crazy, but when you got two motors pushing it, you can do that. These are, you set the mesh by rotating this little part, and it actually works really well with setting up your mesh and locking it in. I talked about the fans. So up here are the ESCs. One thing you'll have to do is find a location for them. I actually designed this. I know, design a flat piece of carbon fiber, but I took all the dimensions, got it all designed up. And my friend over at Beast Mode RC, he cut this out for me and drilled the holes, and it turned out freaking amazing. I mean, it's absolutely the perfect setup. I mean, look how clean the lines are. I pulled on these wires, and I hate doing that because the lines on this are so clean. Everything's purposely routed. Everything just looks like it flows from front to back. This is a great install vehicle. Great install. Back here we have the GPM receiver box. We have our little stubby antenna. Even though this hits the bottom of the chuck bed, I still wanted to put it here. So we had a reference of where that was located at all times. We got the upper mount. We actually deleted that, so you put this little spacer in here so you still get to bind it together and give more support. I have an Integi rear chassis brace. I don't have one in the front, obviously, and you know why. There's absolutely nowhere to put one, and you don't need it when you have this bowed center brace. I mean, this is just because I had one, so I put one in there, and it fits and doesn't hit the titanium drive shafts. If we go further back, everything, I forgot about that. The steering and rear camber links are titanium. These are from RamJam. I always forget those for some reason. And again, aluminum shocks back here, titanium lower shock mounts, GPM, aluminum body pin holder, and then aluminum body pins. Everything else back here is stock. I do have, I might order the GPM lower rear to put in there, but it's not really necessary at this point. The front ones I had to use. But as you look, you got two perfect battery mounts. I mean, the setup, it couldn't be easier. I mean, down here you basically got a stock Infraction, and then up here is craziness. And I think that's what the draw is to this for everybody, is that it still kind of looks like an Infraction, but the damn thing has two motors. So, I mean, it's just wicked. It's, like I said, it's kind of one of my favorite builds. It's simple. It's not outlandish like most of my builds. But yeah, it's a killer. Absolute killer. I don't know if you guys have heard it in the running video. I might put that at the end of this video. So keep watching. I'll add the running video to the end of this. So you all can hear it flutter. Just kind of putting it at different angles so you guys can see. If you see anything I haven't mentioned, or the center spool also has a titanium shaft. It's made by RamJam. So I got a ton of RamJam, Scorched, GPM, and NSDRC plus Proline for the wheels and tires. And then Spectrum for all the ESCs and motors. These are hooked up for XT90s. Obviously, if you're running QSH, you can use a converter or put new ends on it. But I think XT90s are perfect for this since it's one per side. You can run 2 4S batteries, one on each side, or you can run 2 6S batteries, one on each side. I haven't done that yet, and it's going to be wicked. So keep an eye out for that. I just remembered I actually got this working a lot better than the last running video. So I'm going to take a new running video right after this video so you can all see how crazy it is. But she is a ripper. And you don't have big problems like I had on the other Infraction. My big multi-$1,000 build. Turn it on. Everything's wired properly. Trust me, everything's wired properly. I put other motors in its place and it ran just fine. But that motor had an issue and just would not go above cogging. So something going on in that motor. I sent it back. Hopefully Neu Racing will get it figured out and quickly, because I kind of would like to finish that. It's finished. I had it finished until the motor was turned on. So again, that's why you have to test these guys and run them to know that they're working well. So if there's any questions on this, feel free to comment below, or you can bring up a comment on our Facebook page, which is the Pissed Rhino Show. I think you all know that by now. One thing to remember is that we still have the discount code from RamJam. 10% off your entire order, and the password is Rhino. RHINO. Get your 10% and be happy. So thanks to RamJam for that and for their quality parts. You can't go wrong buying something from RamJam. I think I've bought their entire catalog a couple times over by now. Yeah, at least 3. Well, 4. Yeah, I'm not sure. Around 4. But they're amazing. Good stuff. Scorch, same way. Some of their stuff is, if I'm going to buy a knuckle for an armored vehicle, it's going to be a Scorched. They're absolutely, by far, the best. If I'm going to buy a brace, I'm going to go Scorched. That center brace is unbelievable. There's just certain things you'll go with. If you're going to be speed run racing, for right now, I have to say the XLX2 is the best. But you never know. 2 of these might do the job. Because if you can hit 150, 160 with this, I mean, is it really worth it spending $1,000 more for, I mean, multiple thousands of dollars to get to the 180. Yeah, I don't know. There's always going to be somebody quicker, so why not just do it the right way and have a car that's freaking fast, looks good, and gets people talking. Alright, so I'm going to shut this video down now, and then I'm going to do a running video of this guy, and I'll attach it to the end of this one so you'll see it all at one time. So as I said, stay tuned, but for right now, thanks for watching, and we'll see you here next time, very shortly, on the Rhino Show. Thanks, everybody. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. I am doing the running video for the Infraction. So let's see how this guy goes. Not bad. That's reverse. I think I've got it turned down to 25%. The throttle is at 100, but I can go up to 150. Okay, I want to turn that off a bit. That is the smoothest full-size RC vehicle that I have. There's not a one of the other big guys I could sit on this plastic tote and hold it with 4 fingers. They would be going this way, they would be going everywhere, sliding, but this one didn't even want to move. I probably could have done it without holding it. So this is your real deal. I think I'm going to turn the fans back on. The motors get warm. Oh, nothing even got warm from that. So, yeah, the motors are ice cold. That's good. That's pretty fast when you can balloon belted tires. So it didn't balloon them like balloon them, but it ballooned them enough. If you watch the video back, you'll see it. But all right, that's the running Infraction. I didn't show you that the steering worked good. Here, let's try one more. Steering works good. That little thing under there is working fine. And I just got a message on my remote control. This thing's awesome. Alright. So, with all that, this build is done. I like it a lot. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.